Recently, I've been seeing a lot of amazing looking collab parts, and it left me thinking, what are actually the best collab parts? Out of the tens of thousands of collab parts, it's really hard to decide this, but I chose a few. So these are 10 of my favorite collab parts in the entire game. Now, I'm sure that there's some parts that I just forgot about or haven't seen yet that could be in this list, but I spent quite a bit of time looking around, and this is what I came up with. And of course, this video is just my opinion. I really like hyper realistic art stuff in GD, so that's pretty much all there is on here. And let me know in the comments if there's any good parts that I should have put in here. Alright, at number 10 we got Kanzi's part in Waterfall. Alright, there's just something I really like about this part. I guess it's just the depth there is to it. There's so much depth and parallax going on in it. It just looks like so real and cool to me. This eye thing, I don't really get it too much, but it's like insanely detailed and looks really cool. And I think some of the glitch effects in it ruin it a little bit, but it's fine. I just say towards the end with these ice crystals, it looks a little bit weird, like they kind of cut out. But yeah, it's mostly the stuff before these ice crystals that I really like about this part. Alright, at number 9 we got Eva Kasha's part in Evelyn. I don't know if I said that right, but I think I did. Okay, the theme of this is so cool, like all these random animals. It's so weird, but like extremely cool. Every bit of art in this looks really cool. And the parallax, Eva Kasha always makes like insane parallax on their parts. There's just so many cool little details to find around. It's really hard to notice all of them because of how many there are. And also the sloth at the end drinking this coffee is very cool. Overall, really unique and cool detailed part. I like it a ton. At number 8, we got another part from Waterfall made by the best creator himself, Bleed. This part somehow does insane detail while having insanely good optimization. There's just like so much going on here and so many cool details. I can't even explain all of it. Like all these explosions look sick. One thing I will complain about is towards the end, I think it starts to look a little bit weird. It kind of looks like there's default blocks there, even though I know there isn't. But yeah, that's just a little nitpick. It's insanely cool. I mean, what do you expect? It's a part by Bleed. At number 7, we got Yuan's part in Reckless. This might actually be the most detailed collab part I've ever seen in the whole game. I mean, I remember like the first time I clicked on the video of this part, I was just like, wow. Like, I do not know how all of this detail is possible. And due to there being so much detail, it does look a tiny bit messy, but who really cares? I just love about Yuan's parts that there's always so much depth to it and detail. And I gotta say, this is Yuan's best part. Alright, at number 6, we got Bleed's part in Revolution. After seeing the stuff Bleed could do in 2.1, I was curious what he could do in 2.2, and this is what he could do. This part has insanely clean and realistic art all around and uses the rotate camera trigger really good. The camera movements just fit perfect where the icon is going. It's so well done, and the background is so amazing too. And yeah, in my opinion, this is Bleed's best part. Alright, at number 5, of course, we got a part from Kolak's part in Edge of Destiny. Alright, I got a lot to say about this part. First of all, I think it's the longest part in this whole list. And second of all, unlike most of these, this was made in 2.1. The first section of the part is insanely good, but it gets way better. But just this big blue star and all the debris around is so cool. Then you get an awesome supernova transition, and then you get this. I just couldn't believe whatever I was seeing the first time I saw this part. I have no idea how it is possible to make a black hole that looks this realistic and this cool. And then there's so many super realistic looking asteroids flying around. Especially in 2.1, I do not know how it's possible to make a black hole that looks like this. So yeah, this is one of my favorite parts in the game still, even after all this time. And it's definitely got to be my favorite space part. There's some really cool looking space parts in this game, but this one's still my favorite. Alright, at number 4, of course, we got a part from the amazing level itself, Aqua's part in Ascension to Heaven. So y'all know that Ascension to Heaven's full of a bunch of beautiful parts, but this one is my favorite by quite a bit. It is insanely clean, featuring a bunch of really cool looking statues and really realistic clouds. The way they structured like the spikes that are spinning around are really good too. It's just such a beautiful part, and I wish it could have been a little bit longer, but oh wow. I'm curious to see if we'll get any better looking parts than this in Ascension to Heaven though. Alright, at number 3, we got Rose's part in Silent Acropolis. Alright, I don't really know what to say about this. This part is just extremely realistic, and I just really like it. Silent Acropolis is one of my favorite looking levels of all time, but this part is by far the best in my opinion. It just actually looks like a real movie. I mean, this club set monster here also is insanely cool. In my opinion, I think Rose is definitely the best at making the most realistic art in GD. She's made a lot of other really good parts, but this one's by far my favorite. Alright, at the number 2 spot, we've got Eva Kasha's part in Ozowek. I have no idea how you say that level's name. But anyways, wow, I have a lot to say about this part. I saw this in a Daily Dose of GD video where Vit12 said it's one of the best collab parts he's ever seen, and I completely agree with him. I don't think I've actually ever seen a part with so much depth to it. There's just like an endless amount of parallax here. I mean, even the blocks have several parallax layers, which makes them look so realistic in 3D. I mean, just every detail in here is perfect. The water at this first part is so realistic. It just looks really incredible. Just for how realistic it looks and how much depth there is to it, this is easily my second favorite part. But of course, there was one other part that I just can't say it's not the best collab part in the whole game. I think all of y'all saw this coming from a mile away. It's pretty obvious, but you cannot deny it. The best collab part in the game has got to be Collab Colux part and Emerald realm. Yes, I know it's a really basic choice, but when one of the best creators in the whole game puts hundreds of hours into a single collab part, this is what you get. Alright, well, I'll try to explain what's really great about this part. Well, pretty much everything is, but I'll try to say some of my favorite things. First of all, this frog right here. I really love this frog right here. Second of all, the infinite amount of depth this part has. Third of all, that every design is just like hyper realistic. And fourth of all, the end part where the cube falls out of the ship in front of the moon, a super realistic looking moon. Also, where all these crystals go off right before you just fly up into the moon. It's just whenever I watch this, it made me realize there's no limit to how good GD decoration can be. It also blows my mind that a single person put 450 whole hours into a single collab part. Like, I do not know what was going through Kolux's head when he decided to spend almost 500 hours on a single part. And another thing also is this was made entirely in 2.1, not even in 2.2 at all. This part was actually made quite a while ago and has aged phenomenally. I just can't imagine what Koluk would make if he spent this amount of time in the 2.2 editor to make something. But yeah, anyways, this is my favorite part in the whole game. In my opinion, these parts are as good as geometry-decoration gets. But I can already tell this video will probably be pretty outdated soon. I mean, I know this is opinion based, but I'm sure I'm gonna see soon enough some collab parts that are just blow my mind. But anyways, that is all for this video. As I said earlier, I'm curious to know what parts y'all think I should have included in this video. But yeah, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, check out this playlist right here. I got a lot of cool videos like this, and here's some other videos I made. Anyways, just really want to say thank y'all for the support recently. I can't believe we're about to hit 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, I'll try to do something special for that. I'll see y'all later.